I want to provide a little insight into the difference amongst service providers of cabinet refinishing. The main distinction I want to talk about is between residential painters and professional cabinet refinishers. Now, I don't want to hate on residential painters. That's actually the world that I came from before I spent a decade specializing in cabinets. But I do want to talk about the distinction between someone who can technically apply paint to cabinets and make it look good versus someone who is dedicated solely to that craft and has been for many years. And the difference essentially comes down to generalists versus specialists. If you have a heart condition and you need life-saving surgery, who do you want operating on you? Do you want a general surgeon who's done a couple of heart surgeries, or a heart surgeon who does nothing but your procedure and has performed it thousands of times? And if we had to pay for surgery here in Canada, I'm guessing that most people would say they'd even pay a little bit more to have the specialist and know that they'll get exactly what they need. Professional cabinet refinishers will generally be more efficient than residential painters because they do cabinets and only cabinets, day in and day out. They often have specialized equipment and staff that are highly trained, so they may actually be able to provide a more cost-effective and high-quality product in less time than a residential painter that offers cabinet painting on the side. When I began testing refinishing products about 10 years ago, the level of finish and durability we could achieve was honestly embarrassing compared to what we can do today. We learned a lot by doing hundreds and hundreds of projects. And seeing those projects stand up to the daily use in kitchens over many years taught us so much about the ways we can improve. But we learned the most from our failures. And there have been a few rare times when we did everything by the book, and yet there was some sort of product failure. But because of our commitment to learning, improving, and doing nothing but cabinet refinishing, we stuck it out. We found out how to mitigate all those risks and avoid future issues. And it was in those moments that we actually improved the most. And that brings me to my next point, which is warranties. At Cabinet Painting Vancouver, we offer Vancouver's only lifetime warranty on our work and free annual touch-ups for any mishaps that happen outside of warranty. We wouldn't offer that if we hadn't spent years learning all the ways to provide a long-lasting product. Warranties for refinishing are often misunderstood, so I'm going to explain some of the nuances. Now, generally, warranties will cover the adhesion of a coating over a given period of time. And this is to give you, the client, peace of mind that the company has followed the appropriate procedures in the prep and application of those coatings. But I find the warranties that I've seen provided in the market don't do anything to address clients' main concern, which is simply this. Hey, if I pay you to do this, how long are my cabinets going to look like they did on the day you finished them? And the tricky part is, this really comes down to a myriad of factors. Are your doors wood or MDF? How well were the joints on the doors originally constructed? Do you solve arguments by throwing dishes at your spouse? Do you have kids or pets? Do you use abrasive or chemical cleaners? Do you have a kettle close to your upper cabinets? Does your home have large temperature or humidity fluctuations? And the list goes on. Where I've heard a lot of complaints from people who have gone with other companies and have been let down when they have an issue is that no company that I'm aware of warranties wear and tear. And that term is hard to define and is often used as a sort of get out of jail free card, as any damage or failure is brushed off as wear and tear. Here at Cabinet Painting Vancouver, we have a very specific definition of what wear and tear means. But we also provide free annual touch-ups for clients for anything that happens in or outside of warranty, because you shouldn't have to care what's in the fine print of a contract you signed years ago. You just want your cabinets to look good, period. No arguments, no excuses, no phone tag. Life happens, so we plan for that. The last major consideration in warranties actually has nothing to do with the warranty itself, but more to do with, will this company actually be around if I need them to make good on that warranty in the future? Warranties actually cost money to a company if they're actually going to respond in a timely manner and find out why the issue happened and fix it promptly. The lower cost providers likely don't account for this cost and aren't statistically even likely to be in business in 5+ years. And we've actually seen and repaired a lot of failed finishes on brand new cabinets. And when the homeowner reached out to the cabinet maker, 4 years after the install, when the finish failed, they found they were out of business. So they were out of luck, and they were left paying us to fix the warranty work of the company that went bust. So it's just something to keep in mind when comparing warranties and quotes.